Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome to Against the Storm. Now, where we left off last time, we had a little event here to check out. Oh, win a game with no villagers leaving. If you succeed, all of your starting caravans will get 2 more villagers for the duration of this cycle. I'm in. I don't know if I like that as much as I like the idea of going over here to the Bronze Seal. Now, we can also go deeper into the shadows. I think it would be kind of cool to go for the Bronze Seal, because if we can finish this, we will actually get a cycle duration increase. Now, if you don't know what Against the Storm is, check out the other 2 videos, because let me tell you, they're amazing. So we're going to go check out the Smoldering City, because we do now have enough metagame resources to buy some upgrades. In particular, I was tempted to get the bonus to trader speed and extra cornerstones, or the discount on perks and blueprints stole by traders. Another cool option for us could be to go for the Pioneer's Gate level 12, which would allow us to upgrade fox houses and give a 2% increase in villager walking speed, which I think amounts to a 24% villager walking speed in total, which feels pretty damn good. I could also pick up the First Dawn headquarters, which would be a 1% boost to global chance of producing double yields. So I believe this would be level 9. This would have me have basically a 9% chance to double yields. It's effectively a 1% production boost off the baseline, which feels really, really nice. So extra bonus resources seems like super worth it, in my opinion. That's just going to be quietly helping us away in the background. Let's go tackle the Bronze Seal. Now we have 2 choices here, and I'm going to go for the one that's closer to the edge so we can scavenge out further. So we're going to be playing in a sealed forest. Woodcutters don't increase hostility, but every 10 felled trees adds 2 hostility points. We've also got the Hidden Seal. A broken ancient seal is hidden somewhere in the forest. To find it, you must first look for clues in the surrounding glades. Its mere presence in this land summons foul plagues upon your settlements during the storm. They are active only during the storm. We have the Beacon Tower. This is a special blueprint that we can summon aid directly from the Citadel. And the overgrown vegetation means that there are some trees that have a lot of extra resources in here. Some pretty basic natural resources. This is a very interesting and very different start location. So, in terms of things that we're likely to find, is we're likely to be able to get meat, which feels very lizardy. I think we'll start with lizards. I wish I had extra embarkation points to drop on this. I'm also going to start with lots of wood. We're going to need extra wood in here because we're not going to be able to chop as much wood, so having a nice starting stockpile of wood will be nice. Bringing a herbalist camp has a high chance of being rewarding. I think I would prefer to take something more generally useful. We could bring extra villagers. I like the idea of just having a lot of villagers to be able to produce a lot of resources. We should definitely bring bricks. I've got 2 points to spend. An additional cornerstone reroll would allow us to dig. I think I'll bring 42 vegetables. I think that's good. Okay, I only have 1 chance to reforge the seal before the Blightstorm comes. So this is a one-shot attempt. Okay. Well, the stakes are high. Let's embark. Let's find out what it is that goes on here. Oh man, so we've got the Aura of Peace. After each storm comes a little time of peace and regrowth. Gain 0.5 reputation for every dangerous or forbidden glade event completed during the drizzle season. Okay. Looming darkness. That's normal. Leakage. The cover of the ancient hearth has been damaged. The hearth's resistance has been decreased by 200, so we're less resistant to blight rot. Recipes producing building materials yield 50% fewer goods. Okay. Okay, so at hostility 4, I'll need 1 coat for every villager, or global resolve will be lowered by 6 for 2 minutes. And nauseous spores, time between breaks is reduced by 33%, meaning they take breaks more often. Okay. So like if I hover here on a tree, you can see this is an abyssal tree. It has 2 charges, 1 wood, a 10% chance for meat, sea marrow, and leather. If I go over here, this overgrown abyssal tree has 20 charges. So this will be really, really useful to keep hostility low to farm these abyssal trees. There is a geyser in there. We could produce storm stuff, and that would allow us to make something blue more efficient. Now the Beacon Tower is probably something we want to build eventually. First things first, I think it might be a good idea to open this glade here. So we'll build that woodcutter, and we will build our paths. I know these are just basic paths that only give you a 5% speed boost. I do, however, think that that is a worthwhile thing to get your people working on early. I'm going to try to build only specialized housing, which means I'm going to need a way to make cloth early. I think it's okay to make 2 woodcutters camps, honestly. So we'll get started with that. First things first, make the woodcutters camps. I'm going to put those as high priority because we need to know what's in this glade. And we also need to chop up here too. All right, woodcutters camps are coming online. I'm going to set up a single hauler. Who's my firekeeper? What do the foxes do when they're firekeepers? Okay, The fox has lower hostility, which is nice. I'm going to keep the beaver for now because it'll reduce the fuel consumption of the hearth, which is handy. So like if I put a beaver in charge, fuel consumption should go down. We'll get some lizards chopping away. And we need to explore this forest pretty extensively. Now, the important thing to note is that, felling trees adds hostility. Scary stuff. So, contrary to normal, we actually want to open glades in here. Oh, it's pointing this way, possibly to this glade. So we'll start chopping in that direction. Okay. There is a stormwater geyser here, which can be useful. There's also dewberry bushes and a copper vein. A single copper vein is not super great. It does have a chance to get clay. We could build a mine here. I don't know if that's the direction we want to go. I'm going to start chopping sort of this location away. I'll move my woodcutters over there. I don't see a reason to do much over here because, like, root deposits, who cares? We want our industry to be near the warehouse. So that means I'm going to be building a crude workstation and a makeshift post. I will also be building the geyser pump and getting a guy working that immediately because this makeshift post can actually use, the crude workstation can actually use pipes. And this would give us a 25% extra production yield while speeding up the recipe, which is pretty dang nice for increasing our efficiency early. So something like that would be cool. Ooh, gain 1 lizard for every 25 eggs produced. Gain 20 reed and clay for each discovered glade. Newcomers arrive quicker. Faster woodcutting speed is pretty cool. I think I'm going to go for the exploration contract. An injection of resources every time we explore a glade could be really handy. Herbalist camp isn't necessary because we haven't found any large deposits of berries. It could be good, but I don't think we need to pick anything yet. I think we can chill as we stand until we get orders. I don't even know if orders come in this run, so we'll have to just find all that out. I will assign one guy as a hauler, I think. And I'll get rid of 1 lizard from one of these, just so I have a second builder. Now, let's have a look at orders. High lizard resolve, or cut through 3 glades and rebuild a salvage thing. I think this salvage one is very easy to do. Complete any 2 dangerous or forbidden glades. That's definitely going to be part of our move. Steel drills. Complete 3 trade routes would get me 4 people and some stuff. This is we're definitely going exploration heavy here, I think. Cut through to 5 glades will get me workers assigned to glade events. We'll be able to carry more. I think these are very all in the direction of exploration, which seems to be implied by this guidance stone. So that's why I'm picking those, because they're kind of in the direction of how I want to play anyway. The music is real spooky. Real spooky. I'm going to disable all these recipes because I don't want haulers to work on these just yet. We're not quite ready to produce anything out of these. Right. We'll start with a pair of lizard houses. We're also going to put a automaton in this to start generating the stormwater that we can use in the crude workstation. I'm also going to set up a chop over here specifically for these sort of nicer high resource trees. And now that I've cut through to here, I'm going to move a woodcutter camp over here, and this is for resource generation because this shouldn't be it's not as important to cut through there. Basically, it's more important to generate the nice wood without generating hostility, basically. Finding fertile soil is fantastic for next year. We could make use of the greenhouse plus drizzle water to produce food. And then combined with the herbs that we generate, that could be put into something like the ranch down the line. But at the very least, a greenhouse should, in theory, allow us to feed ourselves. What else did we find here? We found copper veins and worm tongue nests. Yeah, I'm going to take the greenhouse because it's a reliable source of food. Well, let me have a look. Yeah, I'll go for the greenhouse. I'm a big fan of the provisioner, but I don't know if it's useful this game. Being able to make tools could be handy. I know, we'll play it slow here. But the greenhouse, you can fit like, 2 greenhouses here pretty comfortably. Be able to produce plenty of food from that. We're finally into the clearance. This is now pointing over here. This is pointing this way. So both of these are pointing to this dangerous glade, in my opinion. So this is definitely the direction we want to be cutting. And so that's the direction we will be cutting. Let's go ahead and build a trading post because we want to have this ready for after the storm. I'm going to max out that priority too. And the idea of having a hauler is that you have a dedicated person who picks up resources and deposits them, meaning you have less people required. Rather, people could, like, my woodcutters can spend more time actually cutting wood because there's someone who comes along and picks up the wood every now and again, is the basic idea. I'm going to build a small warehouse on this side of town because it just feels prudent to have one over there. The trading post is up and Sahilda will come after the storm. We do need to cut through over here. So I'm going to move this woodcutter over because we want to get up through here. So We don't need to use this as a resource deposit, and instead we can focus on actually chopping through. This storm shouldn't be too bad to handle. I don't know what to expect. So it looks like we got a plague of mosquitoes. Global production speed is 50% slower, which is rough. So I'm hoping that this warehouse here, over here, will mean that this little guy who's working in the main warehouse, he'll like use this as a storehouse and not run all the way back here. A lot of my industry is on this side of town because we're trying to move towards the seal. Is that advisable? I don't know. Okay. New year. Let's have a look. Secure perimeter. Every discovered forbidden glade lowers the hostility. Could be useful. +1 amber for every 50 wood produced. You can see the contents of undiscovered glades, but discovering a dangerous or forbidden glade kills a villager. The calming water is actually super nice to keep hostility low. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I need something to bring hostility down. And I'm really happy I have it now because I can start burning rainwater in the crude workstation, which is particularly useful for the production of these goods. But I really need immigrants. Let's see, I could get 2 beavers, or yeah, I think I'm going to take the beavers because they come with plant fibers, which is really useful for making fiber. +1 coats production, gain 4 plant fibers for every 12 vegetables produced. Not particularly useful. I do want to make a rain collector ASAP, honestly, so let's max priority that. And I'm also going to build a greenhouse. Now that means we will need to set a minimum amount of these. I'm thinking 8 wood, 8 planks, or 8 planks, 8 cloth, and 8 bricks at any one time is like a good limit. I'll put 2 beavers in here. We have rainwater maxed out. We may as well go to maximum production so they don't waste time. We could give them a lot of resolve, but I mean, and here's the thing, we actually want to use water, so I'm just going to max this out so they burn water while they're working in here. All right, I'm going to put 2 people into, do I have another fox? I only have 1 fox. Unlucky. I want to pull someone out of somewhere. I'll pull out a pair of woodcutters so that we can continue to do construction. 1x. So they should have a pretty good chance of doubling. All right, new place found. Looks like some reed fields, some copper veins, and some fertile soil. Some small reed fields, and the rain punk drill could be used to create copper veins, or we could disassemble it and gain tools and copper bars. I'm going to take the tools and copper bars, single lizard on that. And now this is they're all definitely pointing towards this glade. And if it's beyond this glade, I don't even know what to tell you. I want them to clear only marked trees. And I'm not quite ready to break through to that dangerous glade, but I am ready to kind of cut in this area. All right, new orders have come through. Need for skewers or deliver herbs. This would get me a fox influx. I like the fox influx idea, especially because we can produce herbs in the greenhouse. We got 1 guy who's unemployed who is doing the construction. We're trying to accumulate as much drizzle water as possible so this can be used in the greenhouse to produce herbs, possibly. All right, the boys in here are idle. Let's take them off that job and they can help construct. What would you guys be good at? What do we need? Honestly, we just need help constructing right now, so that's what you'll be working on. Yeah, I didn't really have anything to buy or sell from Sahilda, but first trade, sometimes not great. I'd prefer if you didn't burn coal or marrow or anything like that. Yeah, focus on burning wood, please. So I'm thinking about halfway through the drizzle, I'll open up this dangerous glade. It feels appropriate to me. All right, nice. Let's finish this. You no longer need to produce that. And we'll put, well, ideally it would be foxes we would put in there to produce herbs. So we'll wait till he's done. They like working in there. We only need 1 fox chipping away at this herb thing. We can upgrade our town. It's going to move the trading post over here. And I think, who's homeless? Do it another lizard house. I'll build 2 more lizard houses. I'll build another beaver house. And I'll try to build a fox house. We'll get it eventually. All right, let's open this glade. We're going to be about halfway through by the time we open it. And it might be good to build a small warehouse in the nearby area. Set that to max priority, get it built. Oh, baby. Rahathiel the Elder. Monstrosities are locked inside and want to take over the world. Collecting 4 different parts of the ancient guardian, closing the seal is the only way to win. There's no time to waste. Okay, we could do Heart of Amber, Heart of the Forest, or Mechanical Heart. What else did we find in here? So we found the ancient seal, which is terrifying. We found a large dewberry bush, so it might be good for us to get an improved gatherer, which we can't get anymore, unfortunately. Clay deposits, a medium abandoned cache, and the fuming machinery. This needs to be dealt with. It would give me free clearance water. I could use bricks and storm water to tear this down. I'd get some coal, some wildfire essence, and some barrels. The problem is I don't have what I need to fix it, so I'm going to tear it down to avoid the problem. I'll assign 2 lizards to this, and they'll get to work on that. You know what, I'm going to assign 1 lizard to that for now, so we can get this storehouse built first, because that will cut down the travel time between this storehouse and this area significantly. But yeah, the guidance stones were definitely pointing over here. for sure. I'm trying to think what I would most likely be able to get. I mean, technically, I should be able to do all of that. I might be able to do the Heart of Amber. I don't know if I can do these two. I can definitely do the Heart of Amber. I can slowly work towards it. So that's what we'll do. It would also be kind of nice if we could make copper bars, actually, now that I'm thinking about this. If I make copper bars, I can make tools and open caches and explore. We'll think about it. See what we can do. One thing we definitely need to do is to build a park in here to get this up to level 1, which will get us +2 resolve globally. Storms are brewing. At least we have houses for everyone now. We are slightly higher on hostility, though. I think I'm going to cut back on another woodcutter. I don't think I need that many. And I'll get another hauler. Okay, villagers have longer rests and a 100% chance of consuming twice as much food during the break. I'm going to lose a good bit of food during this one. Thankfully, I am in the process of building a small trapper's tent to start collecting bugs. Okay, we made it through this winter without too many downsides. Oh, I admit to... Oh, yes. The timing on this is perfect, actually. It will finish during the Aura of Peace, netting me half a reputation point, which is big. In terms of cornerstones, cheaper trade routes could be really nice. It would effectively make some trade routes free. On the other hand, if I were to go for driving water, I would incentivize myself to continue to produce and use a lot of water. How many pipes do I have? It's an important question. I only have 4 left. It's hard to justify that. I'm about to get a huge influx of foxes, but I could always take more. I'm going to re-roll here. The Titaned belt is awesome, but I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll again. I didn't like those ones either. Lost in the Woods is awesome. Villages are one of your most important resources because they can be productive and they allow you to upgrade your hearth, making all the rest of your villagers more efficient. So that's a big deal. I'm going to re-roll this, see what we get. The upgraded workshop is actually super nice because it makes the conversion rate of wood, any of these resources, into this much more efficient, which makes the conversion rate of any of them into these resources a lot more efficient, in particular the packs of building materials, and I do need 12 of those, so that would be a nice upgrade for my goals. It also uses stormwater, which I already have some of. This workshop would effectively replace this crude workstation, and if I were to destroy this, I wouldn't get my pipes back, but it's not the end of the world if I don't. On the other hand, the smithy is also fantastic because it can produce tools and pipes. I'm going to take the smithy, so I need a way to make crystallized dew to make my foxes happy, and I think this is it. Yep, we're going to go with the brickyard. Brickyard and smithy weren't the choices that you were probably expecting, but it is what I decided to go for. Let's get that brickyard down. And my logic was I already have a thing installed in this to make it more efficient. All right, Old Farlough is here. Carpenter's not a bad pick. None of these are critical to my mission, though. It'd be nice to have a few extra pipes. Let me think. If I... 4 pipes for the brickyard, 4 pipes for the smithy. You know, oh boy, the Plague of Darkness is going to be rough to deal with, so... I'm going to buy 2 crystallized dew so I can build a fox house. And 4 pipes. Cost me 100 wood. Boom. It's a totally reasonable deal in my opinion. Oh right, I need to put 2 people working in here to get clearance water for the herb garden. Can't wait to get this fox influx. It's going to really free up workers. Now the only thing is it's going to massively increase my food consumption, but that's okay. Speaking of that, I should probably get 4 more of these then to be able to make more fox houses to keep them happy. Should also build more decorations. Problem is room. Let's make some room in this corner. We could build another small hearth over here for the purpose of lowering our hostility by 30. I'm going to take that as a deal. We're now officially in the clearance, which allows us to pick more orders. Population influx. I don't know if we want to do the population influx. I think we'll do trade connections and just never complete it. Luxury. I mean, I guess I can make trade goods, but man, does that not feel good. I don't have any ancient tablets. I can't make this work. I'll go for the trading goods and... Ooh, burn at least 18 Blightrot cysts would give me coal production. I like it. That'll be part of our plan. I mean, our plan is to use a lot of resources. Rainwater. This stuff. More rainwater we use, the more we increase the number of cysts we have, but it is also the more we increase the, we lower this thing. We get a little bit of a hostility refund every time we use 150 units of rainwater. So as long as we're burning those cysts away, we are slowly reducing that hostility, which is important. Keeps the storm at bay a little bit longer. Right, I'm gonna get a couple of people working away inside the small trappers camp. We almost have enough herbs to trigger the fox influx. Can I delete the guidance seal? Oh, I get 10 stone and 5 resin if I do that. That's actually huge. That 10 stone is paved road from this warehouse to this warehouse, all around the hearth as well. It's important to have your paved roads around the hearth. People tend to run around the hearth a lot. All right, we'll put a lizard firekeeper over here, and we'll put a regular shelter. Keep him fed. That second hearth will bring our hostility down just a smidge, keeping it in check, while also providing a new place for people to live and work. It's going to be a hard storm. I don't know why the Queen's impatience is so high. It's worrying. But the Plague of Darkness has hit. The storm season 100% longer, and sacrificing, I can't sacrifice at this. Totally fine. I am going to say you can burn coal and you don't have to burn wood. But here's the thing, a long storm means we can get a decent amount of work done during it. All right, these guys no longer have resources for the herbs, but we do have enough herbs. So now I'm going to turn you over to mushroom production out of drizzle water. But for now, I'm going to take you out of that job. And instead, I'm going to put you in here, in the woodworker, to get these trees felled a little bit quicker. This is being done to make room for a garden and a park so that we can go to a level 2 town, which will get us a 10% global production speed boost, which is really nice. 10%, again, 10% does not sound like much, but it really makes a difference. Okay, I'm going to attach pipes to the makeshift post, and at some point in the near future, we'll start doing the trade connection stuff. Let me just double check. Do I have a better recipe for any of these? Nope, not for you. No, not for you. And nope, not for you. So these are my best recipes to go for the heart, and we are going to go for the heart next year. We're going to get the fox influx and go for the heart. We do have newcomers. I don't think we want to accept them in yet. I will take the ones with stone because that will allow me to build faster roads, thus increasing the efficiency of my town. Our hearth is 35% corrupted, which is really not a vibe. It's not where we want that to be. So we are going to have to make some changes on that front. In fact, I'm going to get started on the blight post immediately. Okay, Sother the Ancient has come, and we do not have much to trade him. We wouldn't mind a large herbalist camp because I think we did find 2 large dewberry bushes. So could I scrounge together the 13 points for that? Shorter storms, I mean, I need 13 of these. What if I sold a part? What if I sold a wildfire essence? These are hard to get now. Take all of my coal. I'm going to sell my sea marrow. Yes, it's fuel. Yes, it's a very efficient fuel, but it's also a valuable trade good. And it will get me the herbalist camp here, which can now gather from these upgraded things, and that'll get me food income. So a few things I need to handle now. I need to get my newcomers. I'm going to bring in the stone guys. We're going to immediately pick a cornerstone. 3 barrels for every 10 planks. That's actually very, very useful. Master blueprints. That would upgrade all small camps. I'm not going to go for that. I think the lumber tax just gives a small passive amount of amber. So I'm going to take lumber tax. It's a very, very small trickle of amber, but it is a trickle of amber that I can make use of. Then we're going to bring in the influx of foxes. Boom. Now remember, more villagers means more hostility. But we just had a massive influx of villagers. We're up to 24, meaning we should be able to bring this up to a level 2 if we put our mind to it. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3 fox houses. And then at the end of the road, we'll put a little garden. And that will get us up to a level 1 in here, which is +2 resolve. +2 resolve, again, remember, is basically like -1 level of hostility. Very, very useful. In terms of blight burning, we need to be ready to burn some blight. Because don't forget, actually, burning blight is good for us, if I recall correctly. I want a global limit of 10 purging fire. I guess I have to do this locally. 10 purging fire is more than enough to deal with that. I would prefer not to use wood, but I guess it's necessary. I do have 2 wood cutting camps working away, so it should be should be okay. One thing we definitely need is we need 2 people smashing away at this rain collector. We're gonna need 3 lads smashing away making mushrooms too, because our food income is low. And now we got a lot of mouths to feed. Get those foxes in here, gathering these berries. The big berry bushes are more efficient to gather from, so why don't you head over there and start gathering from those. So that should cover us for food for a little while, especially because we're now gathering water as well. And I'd also like to cut through to this dangerous glade during the clearance if I could. I'll put a couple of guys to work in here because we did some construction. And I'll do just a little bit of basic road building just to connect up my cities, just so I can have it all planned and ready. A lot tighter construction in this kind of a forest. So we are going to be using mushrooms to make packs of crops. We're going to be using anything and everything to make packs of provisions. Anything and everything. Ideally, it would be copper, actually. There was a pretty good copper mine over here. We could make a copper mine. Let me do a little thing over here, because sometimes there's little chunks of copper buried under the trees. I'll just cut down a few trees in this area and see what happens. Sure, it'll increase my hostility, but it'll be fine. So let me have a look at what raw resources I have sitting around. It looks like I have an awful lot of leather, which means an awful lot of fabric production, which means probably should be okay using fabric for these building materials. Clay, I don't have a lot lying around, so I'll put someone to work on these. I don't yet have many mushrooms, but it would be really nice if we could get this one done because I don't want a dangerous or forbidden event near the Ancient Hearth. That does not sound like a vibe, and I really want this Gift of the Seal Keeper. Okay, we're out into the clearance. I need another house over here. Any homeless people? Let me have a look. Could probably make do with like a beaver house or two. Yeah, I'll make another beaver house here, and that'll get me up to +2 resolve, which will be really helpful. So I don't see any extra copper around here, so I'm going to plant down that mine, build a road out to it, and start churning that. And we'll be back to chopping over here for resources and stuff. We do have another order that we can pick up. Kiln plus coal. Have at least level 2 neighborhoods, very, very doable, and a ton of crystallized dew as well. I don't think we can do the thirsty trader, so I'm going to go for the advanced district. The +1 reinforced saw blades will be real handy. In fact, we could start working towards that now because we don't need clearance water for anything, so I'll take 2 foxes out of there. That'll allow me to get more construction done. You know what might be good? It might be good if I put them in here and told them to produce like 10 of these real quick. Do I want to water engine this? Yeah, we will. I'm also going to disable the brick recipe in here. Now that I have a 3-star brickyard recipe, I can triple the amount of brick that I'm willing to keep in storage. Very, very doable. I'll just put 1 fox working away here. He'll make me bricks. Pottery, I'm not sure if I need yet. Eventually, maybe. You know, maybe it would be okay to have 10 pottery. Just 2 quick crafts of it. You never know if someone's going to sell it or if you can turn it into a trade good or if it's going to fulfill a mission. I do technically have the resources for it. Nice. So we opened up a fishman cave. We can bribe the fishman, which would gain us 1 insect every time 2 mushrooms are produced, which would be a 50% food production boost from mushrooms. That would be massive. So I'm tempted to bribe them. Also, extra berry production. I'm immediately taking these guys off berry work, and we will do this. What's the downside? If we fail, 3 fishman totems will be spawned, and we get an impatience point. If we succeed, we need food. When's the next trader coming? And who is the next trader? I really want this. Jerky could be made in the field kitchen. Hold on. Oh, actually, pickled goods aren't that bad for me to make. Do I got a pickled? Let's see. I don't need the better workshop now. If I bought the cookhouse, I could use berries and mushrooms to make skewers. And skewers are edible in this quest. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Take the cookhouse, a beanery. Oh my God. I'm not even ready to consider this next option because I need to get this cookhouse down. God, the cookhouse is huge. Why? Wait, I know where I can put it. Yes, right here. I'm just going to move this garden. Okay, cookhouse is deployed. Maximum priority. Put a worker in there. Why are so many of my foxes unemployed? I don't understand. Oh, because I took them off the herbalist camps. Okay. Oh my God, there's a tool shop here that we can repair, which will get us another victory. It's a pretty good recipe, actually. Pretty easy to repair. I do like getting the tools, though. Oh, giant bug nest. Also 3 potential herbalists over here. Okay, so much to do, so much to see. What's wrong with taking the back streets? Tempting to get a 3rd hearth over here, which I think we will do, honestly. So we're unlikely to be able to finish this during the thing, but that's fine because this perk is so good that I don't need the half point of whatever. Oh boy, what's this, a wildfire? So they spawned a super bad thing on my doorstep. Destroys all stored fuel. I can return the child, cost me 2 wildfire essence, or I can catch him. Catching him would get me a lot of fuel. The wildfire essence would be awesome. I do like the idea of getting the amber, especially with a trade coming up. Cost me a lot of fuel to do this. Let's get the foxes on it. That's a reputation point. We are closer to getting the heart of amber though. Resolve is low. Shoot. I can't burn things. Oh wait, yes I can. We don't have to start burning yet. You know what? Burn 1 stack and stop after the storm. That should get us through. Let's take a peek at these trade routes actually. Nothing I'm willing to do. I'm just not trading much this turn. This round, I'm a little bit more self-sufficient. Okay, in the cookhouse, immediately, we need to make all the skewers possible. 1, 2, 3, 4 foxes. We're not making biscuits. We're not making pigment. We need like 40 of this. I know we're low on food, but we're cooking it. I promise. Oh man, we made it through another storm. All right, let's see where we stand. Right, we're low on food, but we do have food production going, so I don't think we'll starve. People will get hungry, probably, but we are in the process of making a lot of this. It is the drizzle, so we can get some new people. I'll bring in those new people. We also have a cornerstone. Porridge production. Oh man. 2 packs of provisions for every 10 herbs produced. That's an interesting proposition. We need to deal with this flame, and we really need to deal with this thing. I'm gonna put a fox on that, so he'll get that done. I need 2 people. Can I find some foxes? Well, probably don't want foxes in the cookhouse, but they are in the middle of cooking. So I'll wait till they're done. I think it would also be fantastic if I could get some pipes in here. I'll need to buy pipes. The trader will be here soon, so I'll probably maybe be able to get some off him. I need somebody to be working here, so I'll put a couple engineers in there. And I also would like some copper ore, so I'll put a guy in there to get that copper on the go. And that copper will be able to improve my roads. That's the hope anyway. Cornerstones. I don't yet produce porridge, but this could be handy. I'm going to take filling dish and I'm going to go ahead and actually build myself a second rain collector, although right there will be where it goes, because I would like to be able to make more drizzle water. It'd be good if we could find a drizzle tank too to constantly produce drizzle water, because we're making so much storm water but we just don't get any benefits from it. Wildfire is being dealt with. We're losing all of our fuel. That's fine. All right, Vliss Greybone came. He does have pipes. We could sell copper. I really want a lot of pipes. Lowering hostility by 50 points would be huge. So just to put this in perspective, how valuable this is. Burning wood, 36 wood per minute reduces hostility by 50. That's how valuable this is. It's so valuable, in fact, I'm considering selling some of my building materials for it. I'm not going to sell my crops, but my provisions are possible. I may sell my copper bars. 50 hostility is so huge. I do have a decent number of bricks. Cost me basically all of them. What if I sold 10 bricks and 2 purging flames? I don't want to sell any more wildfire essence. God, we're really scrounging here now, aren't we? Okay, I'm going to sell off all my purging fire. This is just too good not to take. 50 hostility is so huge. An entire year is worth 45. So it's just too valuable not to do. It does put me in a much worse position economically, but that's fine. My trapper's camp has no deposits, and I don't think there are any deposits it can hit anymore. So I'm going to cancel those out, and I'm going to put them into the water tank to generate clearance water or drizzle water for me. And that drizzle water will be used to produce actual food in the form of mushrooms. Yeah, I'm just not going to get any pipes, sadly. I would have loved to have gotten some pipes, but I can't make it work. I'm going to move another house over here, because with the addition of a pair of more decorations, we can actually level this place up. The problem is space. Little bit constrained for space, so I'm going to go for another park and another garden. We'll get those built. Take a while. Okay, nice. We managed to finish the Wildfire Glade event, which I think got me half a point of resolve rather. All right, so we just got a Plague of Death, which means we need to discover 2 forbidden or dangerous glades, or we'll lose 3 villagers. Now, losing villagers sucks. It is something you can deal with, but it does suck. We're low on food now. This guy's assigned to this. Any trade routes that we can do? We do have a lot of random barrels we could sell, but we don't have the provision, sadly. Would love to have that amber. Just can't be done. The good news is we do have 2 neighborhoods now. So that's +1 plank production. That's massive. And we also have 2 dangerous glade events done, which means we're now getting more copper production. Really handy too, which is a lot of reputation. Now, the thing is, you can't win this map through reputation. The only thing that matters is getting this done. So we need to start working towards this. We are slowly, surely. I'm going to put 3 foxes to work in here, because we just need lots of raw food production. We need lots of mushrooms. And we need to prepare to cut through to some dangerous glades. This one over here is very much so ready, as is this one. How long until this goes wrong? I've got 6 minutes. I need to call the trader so I can get some amber. Sucks, but it has to be done. Would be nice to get that extra hostility, but we need 10 amber. Oh, we have amber. Huh. Well, I just called this trader for no reason then. Oops. Well done. Let's get another fox assigned to this to get it done. And we are now finally getting skewers. I'm going to take the foxes out of here and put 2 lizards in here on this duty. I need gatherers. I'll put 2 foxes on here. I lack berries. You got any raw food there, Chief? Nah, he's got no raw food. I'm going to put a field kitchen over here as well, just on the off chance there's any inedible stuff I can turn into food. The porridge is the main one. All right, beautiful. We are going to get this. This will give me planks as well as large berry baskets, which is going to massively increase my berry production. I'm going to have a ton of skewers. I'm going to have bugs. Bugs and mushrooms can be used for this. So we're going to be in a much better position here soon. We can take another one of these. 2 hearts upgraded to level 3 plus a small warehouse would increase my fungal growth. Sell 80 goods worth of amber would get me pickled goods on delivery. God damn, do I even have 80 goods worth in my inventory? I've got 15 minutes. I think we can make that work. Pickled goods are so good. They make everyone happy. And it's food. Measurable, permanent food. We totally don't need people working in there. Let's set the global limit to skewers to 80. And we'll get this fully worked to see if we can get it stocked. We should totally consider salvaging or repairing the tool shop. I think we're going to salvage here to use. So assign workers. Should be a quick and easy fix. We'll get a little bit of copper. We'll get some tools out of that. We don't need the brickyard churning away, so we'll cancel that bad boy. Let's put those bugs into storage. I want to keep them. And I'll go up to my third hauler now. That'll help move goods around. We do actually have a use for clearance water, which is nice. So I'm going to put a second guy in here to get these made a little quicker. Yeah, I know I'm low on food. Some of it's in here. In fact, I don't want you using berries. I only want you using bugs. So I'm going to send some of these home. I don't want people eating raw food. I want them eating skewers. I wish I had pipes in here. It would have been great to just fill this with drizzle water. So during the storm, I'm going to need to do a pair of glades, which is going to make my life really hard, depending on what shows up, really. Should I go up to a... Yeah, I guess I will. I'll get 2 beaver houses and a lizard house, and that'll bring me up to 20 pop in here, which will potentially set us up for a tier 3. Okay, so we have to open up 2 dangerous glades, or we'll get the Plague of Death. Now, we also need to burn wood to keep hostility lower than Cloudburst. And lower than Nauseous Spore. So we're just going to leave it there. We'll burn that wood. I'm okay with that. Lizard Resolve is low. There ain't nothing I can really burn except for more wood. We're just going to have to live with this, I think. And we're going to cut through to the dangerous glades. We can, however, do the Heart of Amber now. So we're going to acquire the Heart of Amber, which means we do get a rare cornerstone. Gaining a villager every time we open a glade seems pretty useful right now because we're about to get 2. All right, let's have a look here. So we've got Golden Blood, Blood of the Stag. We can gain reputation. If we need 3 more reputation from events, we can do Blood of the Stag. So it'll be Heart of Amber, Blood of the Stag. I think that's what we'll go for. We can get a... I think this counts as... Yeah, it's a Glade event cash. So that would be +1 Queen's Grace, although we don't have the tools. Do any of these give tools? Yeah, salvaging a building would get me some tools. Tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. All right, so we're about to open this glade, I hope. There it is. Sea Marrow Deposit, a Slick Shell Broodmother, large. 3 copper veins, a fertile soil, a large encampment, a brick oven, and an altar of decay. The altar of decay is scary as hell. Ooh, okay. So if we burn it down, we will get a basket of biscuits and a bundle of fabric, and we avoid having to deal with an impatient point and blight rot cysts. Alternatively, if we use incense, we would have to do with the forbidden ritual. So we would have to sacrifice a villager to do this, and then we would get this. I think we're going to burn it down. That's how we're going to deal with that. That's the crisis. We did find a brick oven, which... amazingly, does not make bricks. It makes pies and coal and incense. Probably worth it to salvage this. And then this large encampment, we could get 4 population or 15 amber. Well, we'll think about that. We're going to start losing some pops here because I let the hostility go too high. I'm going to burn more wood and just let that go. What have we got here? Fuming machinery. So this one's really bad and we absolutely need to salvage it. Now we could get clearance water. Constant supply of clearance water, or we could repair it or tear it down. I think we're going to tear this down. Get a couple of foxes working on this, tear it down. We found some reed fields, we found some sea marrow deposits, more reed fields, a clearance water geyser, fertile soil, a large abandoned cache, and the fuming machinery. Okay, the clearance geyser is useful. Let's go ahead and investigate that. Using, what do we have in terms of trade goods? Yeah, I'll put a second guy on fabric, and we will explore this using fabric. There's 12 fabric and a little bit of storm water. We should be good to get all these. Dealing with this will be a little bit harder. I mean, if we could get 10 more tea, I would be willing to sacrifice a villager. We lost a beaver, which did get us an impatience point, but losing a villager will lower our hostility slightly. I'm going to favor the beavers so they don't get so upset because the storm is about to be over. Grim. They need 32 coats. The hell did that come from? I don't know where I'm going to get coats. You know what I will build though? The beacon tower. Now let's see what cornerstones we can grab here. Oh, Safe Haven. Hostility is reduced by 40 for every hearth upgrade. That's huge. That is a massive, massive hostility reduction, especially considering we're going to be getting closer to that anyway. Let's get our immigrants and tell our people not to use coats. We know those. We need those for the payment. All right, let's get the clearance water being produced. Boom, 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 boom. We need lots of clearance water. Decent amount of it is being used in here. It's literally our basic only supply of food is these mushrooms. Now we do get bugs as a result, which is nice. We do need some more tools. When's our next trade? 3 minutes. And we can finish some orders, thankfully. We can finish the exploration order, which will get us some goods, and the Lost in the Woods order, which will get us some tools. The tools which we can use to finish this, in theory, sending a reputation to the capital. Yeah, I'm going to try and get this sent to the capital really quick. All right, blueprints. Blueprints. Ooh, the beanery could make porridge, and I do have a bonus. For every 150 points of drizzle water, I do get better porridge. Now, what is used to make porridge? So you can use any type of water plus mushrooms, which would give us a huge leg up in food production. So I'm going to take the beanery. Now we take the beanery, and now I'm looking for an elite building. Oh, a small farm would be great. A more reliable food source that doesn't rely on water. That's the key thing. Lots of reeds. I have found a decent amount of fertile soil. I'm going to take the farm just for food income. I'm going to sell off 20 crystallized dew, 5 packs of provisions to get about 30 amber. That seems like a good trade deal. I'm going to sell off 5 packs of crops. I don't have enough provisions. I am going to stop producing as much trade goods though. Like I don't need packs of crops anymore or packs of building materials. Just packs of provisions are fine. So I'm really happy with the skewer situation. Be really happy if I could get the porridge situation sorted too. I'm going to set up another hearth because getting a single level of it, it's worth 30. And if I can get it to level 2, there's another minus 80 hostility. So just a really, really good pickup, honestly. Most of my hostility is coming from villagers right now. Okay, this mine has depleted. It's a question of, do I want to replete it? I don't know if that's worth it. It would cost me 20 planks. I think we just scratch it. We're going to deactivate it and then delete it to get the parts back. Not interested in digging deeper on that copper mine rather. But I did end up with a lot of copper, meaning I can rebuild some of my most important paths where I see a lot of people walking to be faster. All right, we need to get started on this immediately. Let's investigate. We need to get it done before the thing. We can't delay that anymore, unfortunately. These are not delayable. Firekeeper lizard. Go ahead and get that lit. All right, Zork, you got to help me out here, bro. Planting crops is faster. Okay, that's actually nice. +1 herb production. Plantation allows me to grow berries. I was kind of hoping for better than this. I will take pipes. That's a pretty reasonable one. I'll also take your tools. It's always worth it in my opinion. Pipes and tools, we'll take them. Now, which workshop do I think is doing a lot of work? Probably the cookhouse, which means I should connect some pipes and crank it up to at least a 25% chance for extra yield, because the 50% faster too will help out quite a bit. 2 more blood of the stag. So if I complete this, and I do just about have 24 tools, I assign workers to it, a fox and a beaver. We should be able to get another rep out of that. What's our next curse? Okay, so plague of rats, not so bad. Could have been worse. Rats ain't so bad. We can start cutting our way through to this forbidden glade, I think. Yeah, we don't need clearance water, so we'll take you guys off the rain stuff. You know what we could do with a proper copper mine over here? So I'm going to go ahead and clear this out first. A lot of copper could allow me to build really, really efficient paths. My town is getting so huge that it's becoming necessary, in my opinion at least. So we don't need grain, what we need are vegetables. So that's what I'll be growing in the farm next drizzle season. Impatience is really low, which means hostility is really high. Yo, wait, so what can I do here? So we can get a supply pack of meat, a supply of grain, a box of farming tools. We can call for bells. Global production is 50% faster for the duration of this season. A Song of Hope and the Song of Prosperity. They've got the miracle. Scouts work 50% faster. Okay. Useful tower. Useful tower. Nice. So we got the Altar of Decay solved. I'm going to re-roll here and hope for a slightly better choice. Tavern could be handy. Tavern is just straight up +3 to resolve globally if I put 3 guys in it. And you can drink beer, ale, and wine there. So who likes ale and wine? So you like ale, and these 2 like wine. So foxes and beavers like wine, and beavers like ale. I've got some homeless people. I need to solve that quick. Let's build ourselves a mine. Boom. This will be on 3 nodes rather than 1. So it'll last 3 times as long, I believe. Got a nice copper vein up here as well. Okay, so we got a nice group of fox houses. I'm going to delete the old crappy houses because I think they just get in the way. I need 6 more people to live in here. So that'll be at least 2 more lizard houses. All right, we got a plague of rats. We're going to burn wood and we're going to ring the beacon for hostility. That should get us through without having to pay coats or having to deal with the extra breaks. Okay, what if I put beavers to work in the mines? Let's see if I can find them, bring up their resolve. These guys are happy in the cookhouse. What about lizards? Maybe I can put you into the blight post, get your resolve up just a scooch. I'm also going to get a pair of foxes to get to work on this. We want this to be opened. Okay, what if I can't burn water to make you happy. I can burn water to make you happy. And that works. Okay, if I burn a little bit of water, I'll get through this a little easier. All right, let's break open this encampment. Bang. Plop a farm here. Vegetables only. Honestly, food is solved. We don't need this, actually. Now that I've changed my mind. We've got food solved. The cookhouse and the other thing saved us. All right, coming into the fresh season. Fresh eyes, fresh everything. Let's go down to the beacon. I'm going to slap a chest of farming tools down. and also a Song of Haste. I'm going to take the tavern, even though it's not the one that I want. It would be nice to produce wine. We have the berries, we have the pottery, so I think we can go for the wine here. Wine and ale, actually. A tincture is perfect. Could go for the butcher. I don't think that's a particularly important one for us. Apothecary is fine. This gives us 3 new recipes. 2 new recipes, 1 new recipe, 2 new recipes. I think we go for the press. We leave it there for now. We're going to pick our cornerstone. Vineyard Town ain't bad. You have a decent number of beavers. I think export specialization is a decent pick here. When's our next trader? 5 minutes away. I think it's time we dig through to the Forbidden Glade and find out what's in there. We got to take a risk here to try and win. Ooh, I need to call a trader like right now because I need to do this timed order right here. I almost missed this. If I can get this done, I get 35 amber back and I'll get access to the guild house and the pickled goods delivery line. It's a huge win. So much population in this town. Right, we opened this up. Dewberry bushes, bleeding tooth mushrooms, root deposits, another bleeding tooth mushroom, but it's a large deposit. 5 copper ores, 19 fertile soil, a large abandoned cache, 2 large abandoned caches, and a Fishman lighthouse. Oh man. So we could burn it down and get a bunch of resources, or we can get an impatience point. Well, we kind of need to deal with this, but it's going to be hard to deal with. Where's this trader? Okay, trader is here. There's a few things we need. We need as many tools as we can get. I will take ale production. I don't need reputation. God damn, what do I make? What do I make of this? Spiced ale is good. But take spiced ale. We'll sell off my amber. And then I can come in here, claim this. And now I'm just getting pickled goods for the rest of the game. It's not a huge amount. Absolutely not a huge amount, but it does help. I need sea marrow. Settlement's getting big, complicated, and difficult to manage. I need to be able to make copper bars. I finally decided, re-roll until I can make copper bars. It doesn't even need to be a good recipe. It just needs to be copper bars. Shit. One more re-roll. Stamping mill. I hate that I'm using this stamping mill to make copper bars, but it's the only hope I have. We'll get a lizard house in here, and then we need another park or 2. And then we want to look at how we're going to be producing tools. Looks like it's going to be a smithy. I'll pop a smithy down in around here. A little bit chaotic the town is becoming. It's very, very chaotic. Honestly, letting the Fishman lighthouse expire isn't the worst thing in the world. If I burn it down with 2 foxes, we can have it done though, before the storm. Let's get it done. Burn that down. Right, this guy's level 2 now. This guy's level 2. And this guy's level 1. So we just need another house in here somewhere. I'm going to move my trading post out of here so I can... Room is at a premium in this forest. And we'll get started on a tavern for the +3 thing, as well as the ability to do ale and wine. Alright, most important thing in here is that we get some metal going. How much metal do we need for tools? Needs 3 bars per tool. I think the limit for tools should be about 30. Well, honestly, it's something you should just continuously produce, but I think about 30 is about right. Let's get a couple engineers working in here. I'm going to get myself another woodcutter camp, because we're not producing wood fast enough. We'll get some beavers working in there. I got so many foxes right now. It's actually insane. It's unhinged. No one should have this many foxes. I think it's good to have 8 pipes in stock as well. I'll produce those out of the smithy. It's good to just have 8 of those knocking around. And then when it comes to trade goods, it's probably the kind of thing where it's good to have just like 10 of them at least knocking around to be able to sell. I'm going to call this guy. I need his trade. I need to sell something to him to get some fuel or anything. 10% faster movement on roads. I'll take it. I want all of these tools. I also want this fuel. I can only get 6 of these. I don't need the tea. I can drop some of the copper. How many tools can I get? I can get 10 tools. I'll take 10 tools. Let's immediately get this Glade event resolved. Right, so it's been yet another day since I've been able to play this, and it looks like there's an awful lot of crises happening here. Mostly just down to the fact that we have an awful lot of hostility. So I'm trying to think about how I could get my hostility down. Because level 8 hostility of the forest is way too high. Way too high. Now, part of the problem is we're doing Cold Flame at the moment. That will be done in 2 minutes. So there is like, what? Quite a bit of hostility coming from that. So when that's done, that'll help. Sir Renwald Redmane is here. And our goal is to get another reputation point from this. What is the curse? Okay. Negative forest mysteries are going to activate no matter what. So we're going to have a -6 to global resolve. So we're going to need to fight for resolve here. Did I actually ever finish that tavern? No, the tavern is still under construction. Over here we're missing planks. The problem is we're out of wood. Oof. Food is not a problem anymore, which I'm very happy about. Very happy about. I think we don't need 4 lizards on this anymore. I'm going to go ahead and drop 2 lizards from working in the cookhouse, and I would prefer to find somewhere else for those guys to go. For example, they could go into the field kitchen, and we could use mushrooms and storm water and possibly some clearance water to make porridge. Also, we don't need the rain collectors to be producing right now. I think producing porridge is a good move. It makes foxes happier. And there's 23 foxes in this town. That's an insane number of foxes. Do I want to start producing pottery? I have the stamping mill recipe. I'm going to set the global limit to like 30 for pottery. No limit on copper bars because there's no point having a limit on those. A limit of 8 pipes is fine. And a limit of 10 packs of sprayed goods is also fine. So I'm pretty happy with like how this whole setup is working. I have so many unemployed people. I need to get them working. What does the market do? Global carrying capacity is increased by 10. That would be really nice scaling. It cost me a lot of resources to get it up and running. What about the forum? Double yields is increased by 15%. That's a big deal, especially when you have a big town like this. It would kind of be nice to get both of those eventually. Also, it would be nice to get another hearth over here, which is something I'm going to do. Every extra hearth is just potential goodness. I'm also going to build some housing in this area. Who is unhoused? I think I deleted all the crappy houses. Let's double check that. Yeah, we did. So we need to house a beaver, a lizard, and a fox. You've got 14 pop in here. That's perfect. You've got 20 pop in here. We just need the tavern. And you've got 14 pop in here, which is perfect. So we want to get another level 2 tavern, another level 2 housing estate if we can. So that'll be this built over here. Build a little bit of stone. We'll worry about that later, I think. Is anybody working in the mine? Where is the mine? Here. I definitely feel like we could be producing copper ore in here. It might be good to build a clearance water geyser as well, but that's going to be, you know, we're a little bit too busy for that. But I definitely want to upgrade this mine, and I may go for the deeper mine. Although I do like the 50% production speed boost from getting bricks. Where can I produce bricks? Let's have a look. The best place is the brickyard. Let's put a pair of foxes in here. I'm going to deactivate the crystallized dew. The thing I care about is bricks. We have people working in the blight post just for memes. And I think I'm going to get the stonecutters camp. There is something to be said for picking up the sea marrow deposit here, especially because it has a chance to get me those ancient tablets and a bit of stone. So I'm going to go ahead and put a stonecutters camp over here. And these guys will haul a lot of this back. So let's put a couple guys on there. A couple lizards will be nice and happy. I'm also going to grab myself a harvester camp because there's quite a bit of like plant fiber sitting around that we could get. And plant fibers have a small chance of getting me things like roots and stones. That'll keep some of these guys busy. So we have a lot of construction going on, but we are kind of out of gears. And I don't see anything for this trapper's camp to do. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it. That would get me 3 parts back that I can then use on the harvester's camp, which would be quite nice. All right, so a lot of resources are going to get picked up. A lot of people are going to be shifting around. I've got 11 people unemployed. I may as well, is there a point in even having clothing? I guess it makes these guys happier a little bit. I could just sell them off. It's not very worth very much. I don't think I can really afford to buy anything. So I'm just gonna have to leave things as they are and hopefully get more wood into my town. I do have 3 woodcutters churning away. We're up to 9 hostility, which is grim. Really need this totem to go away. This plank recipe is grim. If I could get a better plank recipe, I'd be in a good spot. But I have plenty of impatience, and impatience is the only real way to lose. So I feel like I got a chance here to make it through. We've got the small hearth going. That will mean more fuel consumption. All right, hearth is up. Let's put a lizard in charge. Let's at least lay out the basic paths for this town, because that will at least loop us in together with some of these other places. Also a nice farming area here. In fact, that farming area will be built around like this. We completed the Glade event. Okay, the Fishman Lighthouse is done, meaning hostility goes back down to 6. So it's not going to be quite as bad when we go into the storm here. It's going to be rough and we're going to lose a few people and impatience is going to increase. And I really need to get my hands on some tools, but that's okay. We have porridge coming in, which is fantastic. The field kitchen is doing good work. All right, Plague of Mysteries, -14 resolve. Yikes. I'm going to sell off leather. Although if I sell off these trade goods, I'll get more resources, which I think is better. So we don't even make enough wood. I think we're going to lose some pops here. I don't think there's anything I can do. I'll put foxes to work in here to bring their happiness up a smidge. But yeah, we're just going to have to lose some pops. I mean, we have 53 population right now. Oy, 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 oy. There's a little bit of pickled goods rep. I'm going to stop the beavers from eating skewers. They can eat basic food. I'm going to stop people from eating the stuff that doesn't give them bonuses. And we're going to try to get more complex foods. Like, can I actually make jerky? I can from the field kitchen. So let's set the limit for this to 50. I'm going to need a second field kitchen because there's no way I can make biscuits, but I can definitely make jerky. I have the bugs and I have the wood. Oh, actually, I have a beanery. So I don't need to make pickled goods here, but I can make jerky, and I'll have a second guy. I'll have a second kitchen whose job it is to make jerky. Or maybe one will do. What about the beanery? So if I place a beanery here, oh, we can make porridge here too. Well, speaking of that, then we don't need to be making porridge in there, because this will just be straight up more efficient. I mean, 14-12 versus 10-8, and half as many mushrooms, so way more efficient. The crystallized dew, on the other hand, it's a similar recipe, so we're just going to deactivate it. We don't need the crystallized dew. When it comes to pickled goods, I want you to use berries and mushrooms, any container, and any water except for drizzle. That is perfect. The limit on pickled goods is going to be like 150 because we just need so many pickled goods. Those are going to be consumed continuously. So we definitely want to get the beanery up, and that will help us with next year. It won't help us with this year, sadly. We're going to get a lot of impatience. We can do Blood of the Stag. Boom. And now we have a choice, right? The Plague of Mysteries is here. We can do metal feathers, which is a lot of tools. Or we can do crystal feathers, which is 80 amber. I definitely feel like we can do 80 amber. We have... that is within our power. We're also going to get a cornerstone here, and hopefully this will help me get through. Every glade event solved by making a decision marked as loyalty lowers hostility by -10. This is -50 hostility is really good. Oh wow. Zorg's secret ingredient would mean 10 skewers for every 10 pickled goods produced. That would be massive. Trade routes are worth more amber would help me too. But this would allow me to actually completely disable the cookhouse, take my lizards out of there. I mean, I guess I could put lizards in here to try to buy myself some more time. But this means I could basically dedicate myself to creating pickled goods, and I would get food as a byproduct from that, which seems really powerful. On the other hand, 50 hostility. I'm going to go for the pickled goods. I'm going to go for the higher tier play, which means I can actually dework this building soon once we get this up and running. We are running low on wood. I will say that. We are having trouble getting enough wood into our town. When's the next trade coming? They're on their way. I'm going to increase the packs of crops to 24. I'm going to double the amount that we make. I'm going to put another lizard in here. And when it comes to packs of provisions, I'm going to bring that up to 24 as well. However, I'm going to stop producing packs of construction materials unless I have a ton of cloth. Let me see here. Cloth, fabric. No, I don't have that much cloth anymore. So I'm going to stop making packs of building materials and focus on packs of crops and packs of provisions. I mean, I guess we do have a lot of bricks. I'll make these out of bricks alone. We have a lot of bricks right now. It's fine. I'm expecting to lose some pops through this winter. Building houses is helping. No one should be homeless anymore. So what is consuming? I'm going to disable the construction of tools for now because I just don't have the wood income to support that. And we'll come back to that. And I'm going to put the packs of luxury goods up to 24 because I need to get a lot of amber for the next trade so that we can get to the third seal on the ancient seal, which shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad at all. Crystal feathers should be fairly straightforward for us to achieve. What could we sell? We have a ton of mushrooms and we're constantly producing them. We have a ton of bricks. We have a lot of skewers. We could sell a lot of skewers. 45 skewers for 15 amber seems good. Boom. Done. Right, we might lose a beaver. I could favor him, and that will mean they leave slightly slower. But I would be shocked if we get through this storm without losing a beaver. The herbalist camp ran out of deposits, which means we need to go find more berries. And there is a berry deposit over here. I really need machine parts. Need these machine parts big time, but we are going to keep getting a lot of berries, and berries are going to be an important fuel for my economy, basically. But we did lose a beaver. We lost a woodcutter. We are through the year. We have an upcoming payment of what? Coats. Goodness. Well, we're just not going to be able to pay that. So we're through the storm. We lost a single villager. Very reasonable. All right, let's see what available trades we have. We could sell off more skewers. All right, the rain collectors are working. They're making the drizzle. We have a little bit of fuel in stock. The beanery is finished, which means we no longer need the cookhouse because we can use pickled goods to produce skewers now. So we could put 3 lizards to work here. And in a perfect world, we could install pipes here. Boom. And put this at least up to the 25% chance for extra yields, which also means we no longer need to produce porridge here, and instead we can focus on jerky, ideally out of wood, I think. I think 60 jerky should be more than enough to keep the lizards happy. We need to bring that lizard happiness up. That's why we're focusing on jerky. So we have pickled goods coming, which makes everyone happier. We have skewers being produced by pickled goods. We're making porridge and we're making jerky. So we're missing biscuits and pie. We don't have a way to make coats, do we? Let's have a look at our recipes. No, unfortunately, we don't have a way to make coats. We do have a cornerstone though. Every 10 amber every time a villager leaves. Travel cost and trade routes is less. I'm going to take the travel cost on trade routes is less because it means certain trade routes have -1 cost, which means we don't need packs of provisions, massively increasing the profitability of a lot of these trade routes. Huge profitability increase. When's the next trader? In 6 minutes. I could call him, but that would be 4 unrest. I think I'm going to sell these building materials. They're worth 8 and we would get 12. That's a good deal. And then we have to wait for some of these trade deals to finish. So I'm pretty sure this cookhouse is no longer useful unless we want to produce dye. And we can use dye in the smithy. So I may use up some of these berries to make pigments. For lizards, I just constantly produce that. I'd say like always have like, I don't know, 60 in stock. Try to aim for 60. Don't use any rain engine. We also need to produce more mushrooms, which means in a perfect world, we would have another rain collector because we're not producing enough drizzle water. But we have increased porridge production by making lots of drizzle water, which is good. The tavern, I think we want to put people in the tavern, but that's more of a long-term thing. There is a cellar somewhere, if I recall correctly. Do I want to make vegetables? I think we have food sorted, thanks to berries. Although we do need to check how many mushrooms. Yeah, we could just use berries for this. Focus mushrooms on porridge. Yep, that's fine. Probably want to make a clearance water thing. Let's make the clearance water thing. That way we have a constant income of it. We do need to upgrade this mine, and I will use bricks. The question is, do I want an automated helper to get set or go for the 120 copper ore? I think being able to produce faster, going from 27 seconds to 20 seconds is a significant production increase for this mine. So I'll take that. Okay, what's this? I'm going to take the coats and the lizards. That's a lot of people who just joined though. Oh man, not that much time has passed. It's just, this is a very, this is a very difficult and fun game. Okay, so this is a level 2 town. This is not a level 2 town, but we can make it a level 2 town by adding a lizard house, 2 lizards house, and a beaver house. And then we need a, well, I guess we could put like a bench here, like a little set of barrels, and just make some cute little like rain punk style stuff. And that should get this up to a level 1 town, which will be +2 global resolve. There'll be a bit of construction going on there, but it'll be fine. Got a lot of unemployed people. We can stop favoring beavers. We may want to favor foxes, although I don't know if that's even worth it. We did lose a woodcutter, so let's put one back there. God, where do I even begin to open next? Okay, nice. We are producing berries and porridge in the beanery, which I'm very happy about. And they're really, really close to the storehouse, so they can drop their stuff off real quick. Ooh, happiness is actually quite high. We could sell more skewers. That's 30 amber in 7 minutes. I'll go for 18 amber in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, I don't think we care about the amber pouch. I think I would rather break this open with some sea marrow. So I'm going to drop a couple foxes on that, get them to investigate. What about this large abandoned cache? You know what? There's good resources in here. We don't care about breaking it open with tools, so we're going to do the same thing again. Break it open with a couple of foxes and some sea marrow. Get these barrels of ale, get the crates of bricks, the packs of skewers. Where was that cellar? Okay, we got the brick oven here. Oh, this would give me the ability to make pie. I would need to find a source of flour. In theory, though, I think I can produce flour from the stamping mill and the press. So which means I should get this farm going so that I can produce grain, and then that grain can be turned into flour, right? Yeah, because flour can also be made from mushrooms, but I would prefer to make it from grain because I don't actually make that many mushrooms from this greenhouse thing. In here, I would like to install, I don't have a wildfire essence, but I would love to install an automaton. And yeah, we're looking good. We just need a little bit more amber. We can do the crystal feathers. We do get amber, I believe, from chopping. I think that is a thing that we do. So we have a lot of resolve now that we're focusing on consumption, right? We have jerky, we have porridge, we have skewers and pickled goods, and a decent amount of pickled goods too. It's making people a lot happier. We can start thinking about services. In particular, brawling would be good, as would leisure. I thought I had found a cellar. I don't know if I imagined that, if I'm crazy. Yeah, we're missing a part over here. You know what I could do? What if I deleted this? Got those parts back. Oh, I can't afford a rain collector. That's fine. I'm going to take a fox out of the brickyard. I'm going to keep the brickyard going, obviously. I'm going to put a fox into the geyser pump to produce clearance water. Would love to find a drizzle water pump, but we have an insane amount of trade value and we're about to hit an amber milestone. So the beautiful thing is we are getting a significant reduction in hostility thanks to calming waters. It's minus 40. It's a big deal. And we've gained about 20 amber from the lumber tax, and that is slowly giving us a little bit of amber. What trade routes do we have? Ooh, I managed to get an ancient tablet from Sea Marrow. I do have a little bit of tea that I could sell off. I don't have a use for tea, so I think I'm going to sell off my 35 tea for 15 amber. I think that's a good deal. What else could we do? I mean, a quick mushroom trade is a steal. Yeah, I think I really badly need more drizzle water, just somehow. Which probably means deleting a work camp that isn't being used. Or even deleting an old storage. Like, is this storage right here that useful? No, I don't think so. Which gets me the extra part that I might need to get another rain engine. Okay, we have the 80 amber. Let's pop in here. We'll make the crystal feathers. Boom. And the guardian is beginning to take shape. Oh, okay. So we need 6 ancient tablets. And to complete 2 forbidden events. Or we can burn a lot of Blightrot cysts. Plague of the Dark Forest is going to make my life harder. Beaver Resolve above 40 for 5 minutes. Lizard Resolve above 35 for 5 minutes. And Fox Resolve. Resolve could be the way that we win. I would need to get my hands on a few more happiness things. Now we do have a cornerstone from completing this. Trade routes being worth more amber helps me with trade in a big way. I'm hoping that Vliss has some good stuff for us. Which one am I going to try to do? I think it's got to be the burning of the Blightrot cysts, which means cranking an insane amount of storm water through to create Blightrot. So any building that uses storm water, I'm going to go to maximum water usage to create more Blightrot cysts. I'm going to add more lizards to this, and then I want to make hydrants. Well, do I need the hydrants? These are all right here, which means I need pipes. We have 11 pipes in storage. So I need to find more buildings that I can supercharge with. I need to think about whether or not I could do the resolve end of things. It's only 5 minutes. We're close on the beavers and foxes resolve as well. If I put 3 foxes into the tavern, I just need to secure ale and wine. And then I think I could do this, because that would be 18 resolve. We might be closer to this than I thought. Right, Vliss is here. Okay, we want to buy all the clothing, want to buy all the wine, want to buy all the ale. It'd be nice to get some wildfire essence to auto pump. I think I'm also going to sell off a little bit of food. And while each individual piece of food is not worth that much, it adds up to a decent amount. We'll trade for a little bit of that. Let me think about, what do I have in terms of tavern? I could build the guild house. The guild house uses wine. Okay. We're definitely going to build a guild house over here. Because if I put 3 employees in the guild house, that'll be another 3 happiness. And we can continue to extend that by trade routing. I don't want to sell wine. I don't want to sell coats. The coats are necessary for the happiness. Do I have a use for advanced smithing? Technically not. How do I make my people happier? It's by exploring, I think. How many wildfire essence do I need to make an automata? It's 1. That would mean constant clearance water, which would save me a worker. So if I could buy all these wildfire essences, I'm just going to trade in all these things. I would like that amber. Yeah, I'm going to take the amber. I'm going to take the wildfire essences. And I'm not going to take anything else. I think that's it. So packs of building materials, packs of this, maybe not provisions, but definitely this. We will auto this. We'll trade that in, and then we can think about perks. 20 pottery every time you discover a glade. I mean, how much is a piece of pottery worth? Okay, let's say we take this, right? This is cost 17. If I go and I take a look, right? Each pottery is worth 0.15. So this is about 3.4 amber in value every time we open a thing. It is also pickled goods in value. That's something else we need to consider. I don't think that's worth it. If it was earlier in the run and I was planning on opening a lot more, this would be worth it. This could be worth it if 2 of my races, well, I mean, I do have a lot of beavers. This could be worth it if 2 of my races. I think I would be rather hold on to my amber and wait for the next trade. None of these appeal to me. I'm going to take a woodcutter camp, and maybe I should open a forbidden glade. Let's see, where's the nearest forbidden glade? Right there. Hold down control and dig my way towards that. I don't think we need more than like 40 copper bars. So I'm going to take one of the beavers out of here and set that limit. And I'm going to go ahead and get another small farm going My goal is to churn through as much water as possible to make as many blight rot cysts as possible. The more blight rot cysts we have, the more we can burn. The more blight rot cysts we burn, the closer we get to victory. So the smithy can use storm water. So let's come into the smithy. We'll connect pipes. We're going to put it into maximum comfort and just maximum storm water production, because we just want to use storm water where possible to create blight rot cysts. And then adjacent to that, I will put a fire hydrant so that it can be closed down. I need to find another place that uses storm water. And then I also believe there was a stormwater hydrant geyser there. So I'll put a geyser pump on that. Man, planks are where I'm struggling. Just never got a better plank recipe, sadly. Let's make sure we put some foxes on here. I'll take you out of this. I'll put you into this. And then I will get us a automaton to produce this. Now, Plague of the Dark Forest. Hostility is rough. We can keep our people happy through the storm, though. It's a significant swing in our favor. All right, let's get a couple people working on the farm. We want grain. Then we also want to come to the stamping mill and to tell these guys to produce flour. Because flour that we're producing, and I would also say maybe like 60 flour is more than enough. And then this gets consumed in the cookhouse or the apothecary to make biscuits. And biscuits will make beavers happier. So let's go back to the cookhouse. We'll turn on biscuits and we'll say, let's make 60 biscuits. Seems fine. Also, did I never build an apothecary? Yeah, I know you guys can't do anything right now. It's fine. God, he wants coats. Oh, right. I never made the farmland. Whoops. Let's get that built. Good stuff. Let's cut through to this forbidden forest. Let's grab another cornerstone. Boosts global resolve by 1 for every 3 levels of standing with other settlements and trade routes. The bonus is added retroactively. This could be a really great way to get extra resolve. I'm going to take that and start trading pretty aggressively now, because this is just +2 resolve. And if we can get our resolve high enough, we actually just win. We just have to hold it for 5 minutes. So let's start aggressively trading like the most biggest yields. Like this double vegetable trade route is 20 amber. Yeah, I know I don't have that many skewers, but it is 12 amber with the smoldering city. I'll take a bunch of beavers. Could be worth my while. Where am I making pottery again? Let's put another beaver in here to make sure that we're making pottery and everything we need. I'll put a second lizard into the cookhouse. We are constantly rain collecting. We're also going to put an automata in this one. And we've discovered another stormwater geyser. God damn it. Ooh, the corrupted caravan's really bad. Corruption in the ancient hearth will grow quicker if we do this. We have burnt 19 blight rot cysts, so we are getting through them a little bit quicker. We'd also get an impatience point, which is bad. We can send the contaminated goods and gain amber, or we can cleanse it. Oh god, this would spawn so many blight rot cysts. This impatience point we could maybe deal with. What if we used a pair of foxes? We would have to deal with 16 blight rot cysts or an impatience point. I'm gonna go ahead and take the impatience point. Oh, we could crack this bad boy open and get to the juicy insides, which we will do. We could also crack this bad boy open, and we will do that to get to the juicy insides. So not ideal. We found clay deposits, worm tongue nests, sea marrow, copper veins. I mean, the copper veins are nice. So, I mean, it was a good discovery. Something that would be nice is to get this town up to level 3 so that then we have a 20% chance to boost through resource production. And let's find some deposits of trees that are worth chopping, like this, and then connecting them gently. And we'll just move this wood camp over there. This is a deposit of trees worth cutting. I want you to only cut marked trees. Only cut marked trees and only cut marked trees. Okay, perfect. We don't want to generate more hostility than we need to. Now, at some point, to increase resolve, we could burn extra wood. Now, I'm curious if me finishing an order and getting Queen's Grace, will that actually lower her impatience? It will no longer lower impatience. However, Blight Fighter's moving quicker and getting a bunch of coal seems nice as well as coal production. Let's put 3 beavers to work in here. How long until this payment comes through? 3 minutes and something. Ugh. We can almost do this. 44, 31. I just need my lizards to be slightly happier. Let's not burn wood right now. Let's give it some time. Oh man, if I can get the lizards resolve up just a scooch, we win. What if I favor them? If I favor lizards, We could get them up over 35. I need another way. So close. So close. I'm going to connect pipes to this and just start using clearance water at maximum. Again, to make blight rot cysts and also to just increase the productivity here. Oh, let's favor lizards. No. Why did you resolve dip? Oh. Oh. Why are you not so happy? No. Foxes. Why are you not as happy? We need more pickled goods. Let's make another beanery. Ooh, I need more pottery. Okay, foxes need to be above 35. Lizards need to be above 35 and beavers need to be above 40. Okay, we're falling down. It's because we're running out of pickled goods, I think. Damn it. Unlucky. So we got some unhoused people. 1, 2 fox houses. We'll get a lizard house and a beaver house. We'll make a little pathway around that. Honestly, we only need 3 houses, so I can move one of these over to this new sector where we can start to think about going up to the next tier, which we can actually do with just a single extra house. So let's go park, and a garden. Badoom. Level 2. Oh, man, we're so close to victory. I'm going to deactivate the farm to put it to sleep because we don't need the mushrooms right now, and we need some houses built. I'll also deactivate the makeshift post. We won't deactivate the blight rot post because that's actually important to keep running. But with a bunch of unemployed people, we could maybe look for another beanery. We're so close to this resolve limit. Let's have a look at trades. Here's the thing, I'm double dipping on the value here. I'm selling 25 bricks for 37 packs of provisions. Sorry, for 20 amber. That 20 amber, not only does it increase my friendly relations, it will also make the guild house more valuable to me in terms of effect. So I think trading is just super important to me because I need to get my friendly relations and all that stuff up. We do have the brick oven now. I don't want to produce coal, nor do I want to produce makeup, or incense rather. However, I do want to produce pies. So I'll put some lizards on that job because that would maybe be the push that I need for my lizards. All right, things are looking okay. We have burnt a lot of wood though, unfortunately. Lighter. So Renwall Redmane is here. Hopefully he'll have a good perk for me. I mean, worker mobilization isn't bad. I wouldn't mind the pickled goods and the porridge purchase and the jerky. Also having a lot of coal. I do think the worker mobilization is super worth it. Don't actually produce ale, so I don't think dual brewing matters. I think 10% faster movement on roads is nice, plus I already have that perk. And I think bigger pans for biscuits is nice. Being able to burn coal could get me through. I'd need to burn so much. Ooh, but these parts, that would be sick if I could get those parts. It would open up so many opportunities for me. Everything else I can basically produce. I'm going to, I'd say the porridge is the least important, so I'm just going to auto that. I could also take the porridge out. No, I'm going to trade here. These parts are going to be super useful, particularly for getting me another rain engine to get drizzle water. Okay, we've got jerky, we've got biscuits, we've got pie. We're missing coats and ale. The lack of ale is going to hurt me. Doing my best here. Running out of time on the impatience meter. So now that we burnt up all those resources, I guess it's time to reactivate the makeshift camp. It's got a maximum usage. Need to make those blight rot cysts, because if we make blight rot cysts, we win. So we win through burning corruption. And I don't think we care about completing these trading missions anymore. It's just about not getting impatient, surviving the storms. There's a chance we can win through the fire essence as well. But the storm is going to come and make our life harder, unfortunately. We did get this small hearth to level 3, which means we now have a 20% chance for double yield. So our town is like insanely productive. But I think we can win in the next year. So it'll be a 10-year run. We have a plague of fire, meaning that we're going to be losing 2 fuel every 10 seconds. Let's keep trading. We got a good trade route here. Oh, we could sell off all that leather. Let's sell off 28 vegetables. We will also sell off 20 bricks and 65 skewers. God, that just feels like such a bad deal. I only need to get 8 amber to upgrade this relationship, so I'll take that. How much amber do I have in store, actually? I have a lot of amber. I can open up new trade deals. And so we should have a lot more options. So I'll click show only available. So we'll have a lot more chances of actually getting something that we are willing or happy to trade rather. Something I for sure want is another farm. This one focused on producing vegetables. 8 unemployed foxes feels like a lot. We managed to churn through the copper ore in the mine, which is kind of a good thing actually. It means we're progressing and we're burning more cysts, which is excellent. There you go. Burn those cysts. A few more and we can get through this. All right. So I'm hoping we can make it through this. Let's get a cornerstone. Trade negotiations. Okay, 3 oil for every 10 flour. Extra goods produced in the small farm. I don't think I can produce training gear. The oil is nice. The trade routes are nice as well because that actually, I double dip on that in terms of resolve. Guild house. You're up to 8 resolve from trade, which is perfect. This woodcutter's camp has no suitable trees nearby. I guess what we'll do is we'll send it over here and we'll cut through to there. And we'll put a small storehouse right here. A little path over here. And then we'll run a path up here too. Because my villagers do run faster on paths. That's something that we have to keep in mind. In terms of immigrants, I'll take immigrants. Oh, we're up to 75 people, which is, it's getting hard to feed them. It's getting hard to feed them all. We do just need to make it through one more storm and burn Blightrot cysts. So I think we'll go over to this, and a storehouse in this area would be nice too. I'll just pop it like right there, and we'll just run basic path. Doesn't need to be special, just needs to be connected to the trade network so we could get goods, because the closest warehouse to this would be like over here. Not good. Do I have the bricks to upgrade this yet? I do have the bricks to upgrade this, and I'm going to use machine parts rather than pipes, although I can make pipes. That's the thing. I think I'm going to make it a deep mine, although to be honest, maybe a fast mine is better, so we can empty this out quicker, delete it, and move on with our lives. All right, what's your issue? What are you lacking? I guess I'll increase the biscuit limit to 100 and the pigment limit to 100. I need to get this greenhouse going again, and I also need to get myself another rain collector because I want that drizzle water, because the mushrooms get me bugs, and the bugs are used to make skewers. It's actually quite important. Alternatively, I could put a trapper's camp over here and just harvest my bugs. Ooh, I might need another hearth. God, this is like the biggest, most complicated town I've ever made. It's actually hard to keep track of everything that's happening in here. Holy shit. I need to make room in this town, so I'm gonna put my woodcutters over here just to get work on that, because I'm actually, space is at a premium, which is usually not an issue, but it's become a massive issue for me in this particular map. It's just very, very constrained. So really this is all just about time. I just need to wait this out. Sother the Ancient has come. He usually has pretty good stuff. The Advanced Rain Collector? Ooh. Well, I don't need reputation. I don't need wine. I don't need coal. I'll take the Advanced Rain Collector. Now, what can I sell to you, sir? I want to sell all my things. All these packs of delicious, delicious things. I'll take your ale. I'll take your coats. I'll take your training gear. I don't need your planks. I don't need that. Pottery is actually useful for me, as is clay. And then how much amber can I grab off you? 36. That's a pretty good trade deal. And that should trigger another happiness point from here. Yeah, we're up to 9 guild welfare. That's insane. Why aren't we making enough porridge? Are you guys slacking? Oh, I guess you were just focused on making pickled goods. Yeah, I don't really have anything else I want to buy off him. So let's see what we can trade in. Well, we just bought these things, but we can sell them totally for another 40. I will sell 5 crystallized dew for 9, and I'll sell some porridge for 5. We just want to get these trade routes to trigger. There is a scenario here in which we trigger this resolve bonus. It's unlikely, but it could happen. Soaked clothes triggered. I need to keep the beavers above 40. Beer and clothing should trigger in soon. Oh, we might be able to do it. I think we did it. Just need to keep the lizards just a scooch happier for another minute. Dude, we actually used so much rainwater this game purely just to trigger Blightrot cysts. Oh shoot, we might win. It's about to happen. It's huge. 15 seconds. Hold. Boom, we did it. Ka-chunk. The victory. That is the first time I've ever done a seal. Oh, damn. We made like a firebird. And he just sealed that shit up. Dude, we reforged the bronze seal. We got 91 food stockpiles as well as some seal fragments. Export expert. That was the most complicated, largest, difficult town I've ever had to do. And I loved it. It was awesome. So my cycle duration is permanently increased by 8 because I reforged the bronze seal. Kick ass. So what happens when we end the cycle now? We gain 2,025 experience. We got a whole bunch of unlocked content. A seal contract, reforge the gold seal to unlock seal contracts. Okay, so I probably need to do like the bronze, lead, silver, gold, platinum, cobalt, titanium, adamantium seal. Cool. And by doing the bronze seal, we got a bunch of extra resources. All of our seal fragments get traded in. Kick ass. Right, let's end the cycle. So the storm comes. The citadel flashes, and the cycle begins anew. We are protected by the royal grace, and boom. Oh shoot, over here we've got the lead seal. This is the bronze seal. So now my cycles last for 40 years, which means I can stretch out further and further into the abyss to find more interesting content. Oh, that is cool. That is so cool. So deeds. Oh, hey, we got the bronze mask in our house. Very cool. We claimed the reward for a little bit of experience, and we got the overgrown fence from winning the game with 25 foxes. Cool. Lots of the game has so many unlockables. So if I go to my house, there, look, I have the face. I did it. I reforged the seal. Must be quite the challenge. You burst your bubbles only at the beginning. Yeah, I know. Keep it up, kid. You're a fast learner. Maybe venture near the gold seal. Okay, so I think the eventual goal is to do enough cycles to get the gold seal, which is kind of an exciting, cool idea. I never even tried to upgrade my fox houses, but that was kick-ass. I'm going to go ahead and take the dim square level 10, so traders will arrive faster and I get a discount, and then soon I'll be able to grab the final level, which will give me even more faster, but also extra cornerstones and blueprints for sale from merchants, meaning my trades are more effective. But yeah, that was sick as hell. I'm curious about my game history. Oh dude, I should have way more game history than this. But it has been a while since I played this, but this is sick. But yeah, that was Against the Storm. Go ahead and check it out. It's the best goddamn city builder possibly ever. Love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.